Wonderful people, welcome to this show. This is Greatness Assured Show, and we are welcoming you for great inspiration and impact. I'm your host, Isaac the Great. Thank you so much for those who have already subscribed, and those who are watching, commenting, and out of that, I'll be able to keep engaging with you at the end of the show, and of the show, and within the show. And today, I am having a wonderful young man who is an author. So today it's a moment with the author. That's our topic today. A moment with the author. A young guy who is an author. I've written a book entitled In Pursuit of Your Dreams. And I wrote just a few years ago when I already hit 30. So today we have this young man. Kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Kennedy Wangari. Yes, an author, motivational speaker, a coach to the young generations.
Wow. A coach to the young generation. How old are you?
I'm 18 years.
18 years.
Yes.
Interestingly, 18 years is an author, a coach to the young generation, a motivational speaker. Before we talk about the book, tell me about the fact that about your story.
Okay, my story was so frustrating years back from a single parent.
Oh.
Yeah. It was so frustrating. I was a genius, if I may say. I scored good marks to enroll for a good school, but the school fees would lack. I would sometimes go hungry. But by the grace of God, I'm here doing good because there is God in heaven who helped me get the knowledge, got the wisdom to inspire generations after frustration. There is right.
Wow. So, what's the title of your book?
Ignite Your Determination.
Ignite Your Determination. Yes. I like the title. Ignite Your Determination. So, tell us about your book. What is it all about?
The book, after my life history, after reading a lot, learning about the generation we call millennials, these are the young people, I found out why more than 80% or 75% of them are involving themselves in drugs or vulnerables. So I came up with research to give the parents the way forward. Yes, to give the students the way forward.
Okay.
Yes. As a young person, I involve myself with them. So I know a lot from them.
Oh.
Yes. So I came up with this book to give the layout to the parents, to the students, to the teachers, and to the society.
So what does your book talk about?
It talks more. I have inclined myself more on gifts.
Or gifts?
Yes, gifts. Because when you are in your gift, you cannot involve yourself in promiscuities or the problems and the challenges or maybe vulnerables like drugs, gayism, lesbianism, or what have you. So after you are in your gift, you strategize more, you plan more how to grow.
Okay, you mentioned something that we'll talk about in the next show about gayism and lesbianism, sexual orientation. Is not a topic for today. Or talk about it. Your follow-up on this channel will be able to talk about that. So don't talk about that for now.
Okay.
So tell me about. So you've talked about the gifts.
Yes.
That's what you are talking about in your book.
Yes. Another thing I am talking about in my book, I'm giving the layout of the psychological growth of a high school student from Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. These are I call them mob thinking because they all behave in a certain way.
Yes.
So the Form 1s, we call them they are innocents. The Form 2 they become confused. Yes, they become confused. They become curiosity. They have curiosity. The Form 3 become confused, and the Form 4 they start worrying about because they wasted a lot of time. So
the innocent,
yes,
the curiosity,
yes,
the confused,
yes,
and the what?
The
Form 4 are what?
Worried.
Are worried.
Yes.
They are worried of what?
Because they wasted a lot of time becoming innocent.
Yes.
And the time is running short.
Yes. So if you had to talk to students, as we talk now, we have students out of school. So the innocent are still innocent, or they have been messed up themselves. They will have a lot of curiosity. Maybe out of the curiosity they have messed themselves up. Those who are confused, are they still confused? Those are worried that the war is getting to another level.
Okay.
Yeah.
From March 13,
Mm.
2020, up to now,
Mm.
August,
Mm.
there is a certain period that is there.
Yes.
So there is automatically there are new knowledge,
Mhm.
new exposure
Yes.
in their minds.
Yes.
So they are turning out
Mm.
from that environment of the school
Yes.
to a society.
Yes.
So the mindset is changing.
Their mindset is changing.
Yes.
And could it be better or worse, especially with all this that you have mentioned before?
Okay. For me,
Uh,
as a researcher, as a writer, as a young person,
uh,
there is a challenge coming to
uh-huh.
the country
Yes.
because the generation
Uh,
might be messed up between this month. We are calling it the COVID-19, but the young generations are not looking at the future.
You're not looking at the future.
Yes.
You said you are 18 years.
Yes.
What are you thinking about? You as a young person, you to the extent of writing a book, that is different.
That's different for me.
Mm.
For me, I was inspired. What legacy will I leave to the world? Not even to Kenya, not even to Africa. What's this legacy? And I saw this problem, and I will turn this problem, whatever I own this problem, as mine, not for the government.
But you know, psychology teaches me that at your age, you are in a stage we call identity versus role confusion.
Okay.
You seem to have already have an identity and you're thinking about legacy. That's something that happens at somebody who is in his 40s, 50s, 60s, is thinking about now a legacy. But now at your age, you're thinking about legacy. It's not normal. Don't you have those drives of a young person that just wants to be hype? How do I look? How many girlfriends do I have? How many girlfriends have I conquered and all that kind of a thing? Did you have that kind of a thing?
I call it, for me, I call it paralysis of analysis. Wacha niongee kwa Kiswahili. This is ujinga haiwezi eleweka. Ujinga haiwezi elezeweka. Because for me, I'm young. I have the strength. I have the strength of mind to think and think further. So, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
When did Mark Zuckerberg start working on Facebook?
When he was in his college.
On college?
Yes.
I'm still in college. So,
oh, so you are still young and the right time to do all these inventions and all that.
yes,
Could you be one of the future Mark Zuckerbergs?
absolutely. Actually.
I like that. I like the motivation, the energy in you. And so where do you get your book?
Okay. For now, I'm a walking bookshop. If you want my book.
You are a walking bookshop.
Yes.
An author who is an hawker. Hawking books.
No.
Eh.
Immediately you call me, I deliver.
Oh.
These things are in the internet.
But that, you know, that's how I started. When I wrote my first book, I went hawking the book. Until now, I realized I can still sell it to bookshops and all that stuff. Thank you so much, Kennedy, for coming to the show today. I would wish to maybe interview in another day to talk about your life. I tend to hear that you have an interesting story that you can be able to tell us. Maybe that's okay with you?
Yes.
That's okay?
Yes.
So, great people, see this young man in the next episode where he'll be telling us his story and especially being brought up by a single parent. That is a topic of the next day. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe to this channel. Thank you for those who have been subscribing, watching. Thank you so much. Even when you subscribe, remember to turn the notification bell so that you can be able to have more information on what we are doing on a daily basis. I usually post these videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm consistent, I'm committed to this process, and I'm collaborating with you so that we can become better people. Thank you so much for the show.